Hello, friends. I'm Megan Thomas, and we are going to look at accessibility in real life together. I'm excited to be in front of you again today. Let me hit refresh on this page because it likes to jump around. We're not getting distracted by that. The ADHD is always strong. I love how I say it's strong today. No, it's always strong. It's just, that's what we do. All right. We're going to take a look at a website today. This is Tigered Physical Therapy. And yes, this is an organization that's near me. It's also the organization that I went to help with some post-surgery physical therapy to get me back into my full range of motion after what was a major abdominal and upper body surgery. So I'm taking a look at the website. I haven't actually been to their website. I happened to drive past them and was delighted by the convenience of the location. I saw that they had a beautiful sign by the road. I actually think I saw their little sandwich board sign. I mentioned this to the person who was doing my physical therapy, and she was lovely, and she was delighted that I saw the new sign, and I only later realized that's not the one that she meant. Anywho, so they've got a website here. If you've worked with me at all, if you've done any amount of website accessibility remediation or evaluation, you probably know the first thing that's going to stand out to me is really critical information and a call to action button that people cannot see. So we're looking for any text that is smaller than 24 pixels. We need the contrast ratio to be at least 4.5 to 1. That just makes sure that we can visually distinguish what's the text and what's the background color behind the text. What we see right here is that we have a new address bar, a little notification toast message at the top of the screen. So we see that we've got some white text on a yellow background, and that's probably not accessible, but how do we know? Everyone's eyes are a little bit different. Let's double check with our technology. So I'm going to right click on the screen. I'm going to move my mouse down to inspect and select that. So here's our DevTools window that's opening up on the right-hand side. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab my element selector. This is baked into Chrome, which is really, really helpful. I click on this, and now everywhere I hover over the page, it gives me information about it. I'm going to use this and hover over this text, and we can see that it's 20 pixel font. It's open sans, really easy to read. We love that. But the contrast is not good. We're not meeting our bare minimum of contrast here of 4.5 to 1. We're currently at 1.84 to 1. And that means that the text color and the background behind it are nearly identical. So if we've got some vision impaired people, and let's be real, there's a lot of different people that might need physical therapy work and massage. So we can't assume that someone doesn't have a visual impairment or color blindness. So now this information that tells you where their new location is, and that primary call to action there. I almost said their premium call to action. Their primary call to action button up here in the top right, free consultation, difficult to see. That is a must fix. So I would immediately fix that. Let me go ahead and refresh the page because I noticed that it does get stuck a little bit. All right, so once we got rid of that toast notification, we can see our navigation here kind of has a little bit of a hard time being seen against that very colorful, that variegated background. So I would probably make that text up in the navigation a little thicker, a little bigger, a little easier to see. But overall, this is really good. Something else I noticed is that we've got a big headline here, because relief matters and adventure awaits. I love that. This is your making sure people know that they're on the right page. It's communicating, hey, what do you expect to see when you're here? I clicked on Tigered Physical Therapy, and yeah, relief from my pain matters and adventure does await. So the fact that I can scroll my mouse over and select this text, this is good. This means that this is text over the image, not text embedded in the image. Now, it's very interesting to me to see this play icon here, because I'm not sure what's going to happen. Is it going to start playing video in the background where this picture of trees in a forest park is? I'm not totally certain. And then I did notice, in fact, that it does open an embedded video. And there's my girl. That's my lady that does my physical therapy. She's so lovely. So, all right, we've got something there. First, I'm curious, is this an H1? Is this actually a heading? Okay, cool. It's an H1. That's awesome. We're doing great here. Now, that video, one thing I want to try is I want to make sure that that video is accessible when I use my keyboard to navigate. So let me hit tab, and I don't see anything happening when I hit tab. What I expect to see are visual focus indicators letting me know what I am interacting with on the screen. So if I'm a keyboard user, somebody who has limited mobility, I struggle to use a mouse and move it around effectively and target really small target areas with my mouse. So I use my keyboard to navigate. Well, now I am impeded. I am disabled from using the website, not because of my disability, but because the website has not made it possible for me to perceive where I am when I'm navigating. So that's a big deal. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but the first thing I expect to see when I start pressing the tab button is that skip to content button. So I know that I can jump down to the information that's actually important to me on the screen, maybe like that free consultation button, maybe like scheduling something. I am not seeing any of that here, and so that's a little frustrating. All right, we've navigated lower on the page. Clearly, we're interacting with something, but I still don't see any kind of focus indicator. So it's only been a few minutes and we've already found some major issues. So we've got contrast issues with that primary call to action button. Those navigation elements up in the top bar here are a little difficult to see over an image, and I couldn't actually interact with that video. So I didn't know if I was even selecting the video or where I was on the page until it dropped down, and it skipped over like at least 10 different links in order to drop down here. So that makes it really, really frustrating. I feel like we've got a couple things that we could update here, and we've got someone that we could in fact reach out to say, hey, maybe you're not aware of these things, but this is a healthcare service. They likely take Medicare and Medicaid, which means that they are 100% required to meet those accessibility guidelines. So we took a look at a local business. Remember, this is for educational purposes. The most efficacious way to see a website that you care about or a business that you care about improve their accessibility is to let them know what the issues are that you have found. Even if they are not impacting you or your disability, it's always nice to give them a heads up. They should in fact have an accessibility statement on here that lets people know, hey, we're working on our website accessibility. Maybe they've just rebuilt this. We don't know. But I hope this was helpful for you to know just a couple more ways that you can spot accessibility and bring value to a small business that could absolutely pay you to do website accessibility remediation. All right, I hope this is helpful. I'll see you in our next video. Take care. Bye.